Good morning, children. I'm Nisha, your teacher of English. Today I'm going to discuss poem number 3 of the book The First Flight. And the name of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo, and the poet is Leslie Norris. Tigers are proud wild animals. The poet has compared the activity of the tiger in the zoo, the tiger in its natural habitat. Description begins from the zoo and moves to the jungle. After thorough study of the atmosphere of its natural habitat, he again moves back to the zoo. The helplessness of the tiger in the zoo has been clearly described by the poet, and that makes us sad. First stanza. He stalks in his lurid stripes, a few steps of his gaze. On pads of velvet quiet, and his quiet race. In this stanza, the poet describes the appearance of the tiger in the zoo and its daily movements. He says the stripes of his body are darker in color than the rest of his body, and so he is visible clearly even from the distance. This tiger covers the few steps of his gaze. The gaze is very small. The underside of the tiger's paws are as soft as velvet, and so it does not create any sound when the tiger moves in the gaze. Second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the waterhole where plump deer pass. In this stanza, the poet imagines an alternative life for the tiger who is in the zoo. He imagines that what it would be like if that same tiger was living in the forest, wild or jungle. He said that under normal circumstances, a tiger like that should be moving about, not in a clear daylight, but only in the darkness of a shadowy places in the forest. The tiger should be hiding itself behind long grass, so that its prey will not be able to detect it there. In this way, the tiger should approach the water body where all the wild animals gather to drink water. There it would come face to face to a plump deer and would be able to satisfy its hunger in the wild by catching its prey on its own. Third stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. In this stanza, the poet says, even though he would prefer the wild animal, the tiger, to live in the wild, he wants it to lose its touch with the human civilization. Once in a while, its day-to-day activities, movements would lead it to the outer boundary of the forest where a few people or villagers can be found. The tiger would growl in its fierce voice when he would walk around or near those houses. He would not bother to hide its fangs or its claws, rather he would reveal them. Fourth stanza. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his gaze, ignoring visitors. In this stanza, the poet once again gets a reality check. He stops imagining the tiger's alternative life in the wild and returns to its real one. He says the tiger is locked in the concrete cell of the zoo, just like a prisoner. All his strength of his body is locked behind the bars of the metal. Hundreds or thousands of people come to see the tiger in the zoo, but it does not pay any heed to these visitors. Rather, he prefers to walk silently all alone its cage and does not do anything, does not crawl at the people. Last stranger. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. In the stanza, the poet describes how the day of the tiger passes in the zoo. He keeps awake till the very last voice of the zookeeper locking up and going home can be heard. After that, he does not go to sleep. All night, the forest rangers keep a watch on the surroundings of the zoo while riding their official vehicles. The tiger hears the sound of these vehicles at night. He stares brightly at the sky. The stars twinkle brightly in the night sky, and so do the eyes of the tiger. The tiger keeps staring at the stars. He is perhaps missing the freedom that he had enjoyed in the forest. Now, conclusion. In this poem, the poet gives a message to his readers that a tiger is better suited to be living in the forest rather than in the wild. In the jungle, the tiger, the wild animal, can roam freely and expresses his power. In the forest, he can hunt when he requires food. On the other hand, in the zoo, the space is too short for a tiger to roam. His movement is restricted and made him a prisoner in the cage of the zoo. Here, the tiger lives an unnatural and unhappy life and he becomes helpless.